everyone, and welcome to this month's edition with Conversations with Conexxus. I'm Linda Toth, Managing Director for Conexxus, and with me I have the Conexxus staff. And I thought today we'd go around the horn and just talk about the biggest thing from 2023 that people saw. So David, I'm going to start with you, those flashing lights over there. So tell me, David Ezell, Director of New Initiatives, hello.
Hello, and
And
hello, everybody. Happy holidays. I actually have three things, but I'm going to say them in one sentence. One of them is I'm really excited about the uptake of certain of our APIs by some of our member companies. This is showing a lot of promise for the way we wanted this to work. We also have begun to do a better job of explaining the API data dictionary to people because it's really going to be part of how we address too much stuff happening too quickly. In fact, it's an essential part of our strategy. And finally, which I know we're going to hear more about on here today, our projects coming up where we're using AI to improve our work products in Conexxus and also improve people's ability to understand what we have. So we have a two-pronged approach. That's internal, and I'm sure we'll hear more about that from others here.
okay, thanks, David. So next up, hello, Casey. Casey is the standards coordinator.
So I think one big thing for me this year was kind of revamping Conexxus 365. So we put it back to a free platform. We're getting one a month, along with some of the staff coming in and talking about things a couple months throughout the year. And I think it's just really nice to see a lot of people being able to come back to it since now it's free and getting really good registration for that and some really new exciting topics. So like we have the AI that David's talking about and PCI compliance and a lot of other things that's really pertinent right now. So that was nice for me to kind of get into and kind of explore this year.
Absolutely. Next up, we have Ed Colopy. And Ed, you are our innovation facilitator. Welcome.
Well, thank you, Linda, and happy holidays to all our Conexxus friends. This year, the innovation team really got at it and addressed the buzz of the retail industry with artificial intelligence. So the AI topic came up in several forums at the annual conference. It came up at the NACS show. It was a vital part of the Conexxus annual roadmap that Gray leads along with our Innovation Research Committee chair, Doug New, and co-chair Don Emery. We also brought an innovative solution provider into the Conexxus booth, In-Store AI. And then just last week, we had our Think Tank version 8.0 webinar, and one of our panelists spoke about AI, and people can listen to that webinar by going to our website.
All right, thanks, Ed. Next up, we have Kim Sufer. Kim, you are the standards manager. Welcome.
So the thing for me that has been great this year is seeing our committees and working groups do really deep work on our standards this year. It even included bringing in subject matter experts on topics like hydrogen and digital wallets and 8112s. So we've gotten to see a lot of work progress at a very deep conversational level to make sure that our standards encompass prolific use cases. So I'm excited to see that continue into 2024.
Absolutely. Thanks, Kim. Next up, we have Anne. And Anne, I always mess up your title. You are what again?
I'm not entirely sure. I think it's something like the manager of membership and administration or something like that.
And compliance officer, right?
And compliance officer. That's right.
There you go.
Well, I think one of the biggest things for me for 2023 was the decision to move our annual conference from its late home in April all the way to January, starting in 2025. So in the next 13 months, we have the annual conference in April in Arlington, Texas in 2024. And then very quickly after that, in January of 2025, we will be in Ventana Canyon. So we've got a lot of good face-to-face opportunities coming up very quickly.
Absolutely. And you're going to be quite busy on the planning end of that.
A little bit, yeah. Good fun though.
Yeah. Jenny, you're up next. And Jenny, you are manager of member engagement. Welcome.
Thanks, Linda. I think for me this year, as Casey was talking about, Conexxus 365, I was very excited to work with Casey on the revamping of that and getting some new webinars set up and going. And thanks to Ed for a think tank again just this past month. And then also, as for me, always is the Conexxus annual conference. I think last year or in this year, we had some really good speakers and some great educational sessions. And I'm looking forward to next year's conference in Arlington, Texas.
Thanks, Jenny. Gray, you're up next. You're executive director. Welcome.
Hey, how you guys doing? Welcome to the end of the year. So a couple of things that I think were foundationally changing in the industry or of note. First and foremost was the staff that's on this call, continuing to do more and more stuff and do it better and better and better. And I don't think many of our members see what happens behind the wheel or behind the veil of things. And you know, staff once again just had its foot to the pedal and really deserves some big kudos. So thank you for that. A couple of other things that we saw, you know, obviously David's covered AI, probably one of the most overused two letters in the English language, but we are covering it with substance. The roadmap, we're going to do a revamp of the roadmap. It's just gotten so complex. We've identified just a ton of new technologies out there on the horizon. And the convergence of a lot of those technologies is my third. I think we're really finally starting to understand what on the way commerce is. As we lose dominance in our moat in locational commerce, and we're being challenged on home delivery commerce, I think we own the dashboard. People who are on the way, and that's going to bring some challenges to us as to how we, number one, can connect to the agents that are working for consumers, and how do we get a computer advisor to see the value that we have when there's no emotion involved. You know, we're all emotionally involved with our brand. We need to come up with a way to do a full data integration with these dashboard systems so that we can stand out from everybody else and get some sales from that. I think that's our future. So those are some of the things. And again, staff doing a magical job keeping up with everything. So.
Thanks, Gray. So I'll finish up. I think my highlight for 2023 was signing the cross-licensing agreement with IFSF. For those unaware, IFSF is a standards body based out of the UK that does a lot of work in Europe. And so we have partnered with IFSF where it seems reasonable and logical to create global standards. And we do have a pretty sound agreement in place. And so that will allow us to move forward jointly with IFSF where it makes sense on standards. Lots of good cross participation there. So looking forward to that as we continue. So guys, as we wrap up 2023, thank you for being here, and we'll see you in the new year on the next episode of Conversations with Conexxus. Bye, everyone.
Happy New Year's.